Dame un café con leche, mami. Dame un café con leche. Azúcar. Dame un café con leche, mami. Dame un café con leche. Azúcar. Dame un café con leche, mami. Dame un café con leche. Azúcar.
This gon' sound more coffee than Starbucks. ¿Quién tiene café? Yo tengo la leche. ¿Quién tiene café? Yo tengo la leche. ¿Quién tiene café? Yo tengo la leche. ¿Quién tiene café?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Wow.
Buenos dias. We have our first morning recording here. This morning we have Laurent Gonzalez, the coffee extraordinaire. So if you live in the gardens and you've taken your kids to the bus stop, you know about Laurent's coffee.
Oh, okay. Look forward to hearing the details behind that.
Yes, sir.
So welcome, Laurent.
Thank you.
Was that Spanish?
Gracias.
Yeah.
We understand.
Laurent, are you a Spanish-speaking
Oh,
fellow?
yeah, I grew up in Miami. You don't speak Spanish, you can't order even McDonald's. Yeah.
I hope you like that we honored your request for Pitbull as you
I did.
walk up.
I would have walked out if it wasn't.
So before we get started, I need to give Laurent I don't know if this is props or how this will come out, but we were at men's night the other night and having a good old time. And I'd met a few new people, and Laurent was like, yeah, these guys do a podcast. And they're like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And Laurent was trying to explain. He said, yeah, it's pretty funny. They're real monotone. Mm-hmm. And but it's kind of funny, but they're monotone. I'm like,
Yeah,
I didn't think we were monotone,
Listen.
but now I'm going to have to change it up.
Hold on. So I said, remember that skit from SNL back in the 90s?
and I said, making copies.
Yeah.
And you said, no, it's not that one.
No. The one with Alec Baldwin and the two ladies at the radio
Sweaty
station.
balls.
Sweaty
Sweaty
balls.
balls. I said,
You
you
like
guys
my
are the
sweaty
male
balls?
version of sweaty balls.
I thought it was going to be dick in a box, but
One day, maybe.
Yeah.
Christmas time.
One part at a time, Ryan. One part at a time.
Yeah.
By the way, your sweaty sausages are delicious. As well.
Yeah, they're good.
They're kind of small.
Yeah. Well,
But they pack them
That's the
punch.
sausage.
yeah.
A lot of meat.
The Frank's the small part.
Well, I want to hear why the neighborhood going to the carpool stop. knows
Well,
all
you're
this
about
coffee.
to find out.
It's not a carpool, it's a bus stop, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Bus stop. My bad. So, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I am really signed up for something here.
Yeah.
Kind of out of my comfort zone, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Especially if you're not a coffee drinker. I grew up on this. In every Cuban household, there's cafecito every morning.
Cafecito.
Cafecito.
What was the story you're talking about? Your pacifier?
Oh, yeah. As a baby, you'd walk up to your mom or anybody that had coffee, bust out your pacifier, start tapping. They'd grab the pacifier and kind of dip it into the coffee and give it back to you.
Well, that's cool.
That's why Cubans are always very loud. It's just natural.
That's how they were born.
Yeah.
And raised.
Yeah, raised more than anything. But yeah, it's a big thing. I mean, I grew up in a house where you made it every morning. If guests came over, you made it for the guest after dinner, and
Yeah, I was telling you I was
brings
down.
people together.
I'm if nobody knew it, I'm from up north, which is very popular with the folks here in Rivertown.
Yeah.
But so I came down. This isn't really South Florida, obviously, but I go down there for work, and it's a whole different. About Fort Lauderdale, it starts to get a little bit more Spanish speaking.
Yeah, it's like you need your passport.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm very politically correct about my words here. But the further south you get, I was at an event down in actually between North Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and after we had dinner, they all said, "Hey, let's have." I imagine what we're about to have here shortly.
You don't even know the name of it?
Cafecito.
Cafecito.
Everybody got excited, and we drank our little thing. But yeah, that's what we're getting ready to do.
Yeah.
And you're going to make it right here in
I'm
front
gonna
of us.
make it right in front of you guys.
Show and tell.
Yeah.
So, Laurent, you said that even as a baby you had this, right? Whereas more, I don't know, traditional American culture is kids don't drink coffee, right?
Yeah.
You don't drink it until you're...
Oh yeah. In our house,
right.
we give them decaf if ever anything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would never give this to a child. No.
So maybe you don't want them to be quite as loud
Yeah.
as you were raised. to be,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. We're in St. John's. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't be as loud as they can be in Miami.
You hear from the teacher every day. What have you given your kids this morning?
Yeah. Liquid cocaine, as they call it.
Oh, now I'm really intrigued.
So, other than it being part of your life since you were a baby, what has driven your coffee fascination?
It's just something I saw my parents do.
Yeah.
So.
So it's very cultural. I mean, it's
very.
ingrained
Yeah,
from.
it's usually when you go to a Cuban restaurant, they offer you desserts, maybe flan or something like that. But for the most part, everybody will just finish dinner and just get a cafecito.
And is it insulting if you don't in a restaurant like that?
Not in a restaurant, but in a house.
house,
Yeah,
yes,
like if my dad had offered you coffee and you said no, thank you, he would never invite you over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, you better make sure you drink this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
better
okay
like it.
because it's not like drinking black coffee.
No.
So
I
it
can't drink
does.
black coffee.
Dan has a sweet tooth, so as long as there's some sweetness to it,
You're gonna see how
it'll
much
be okay.
sugar goes into this
It'll be
thing.
okay.
Is there enough over there in that?
Barely.
That'll cover me.
All right, let's get going. Show us how you do it.
All right. So the first bottom part here, that's where the water goes, which I already filled up.
Okay.
And then right
What
here
is it? What's this called? Is this a French press?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
No, this is well, it's not a French press. This is a
Cuban
percolator.
press.
Percolator. That's what it is. I don't know.
He just makes it. He doesn't
I
know
just-
what he uses.
All right, I'm
it's just
sorry.
the
Well,
coffee
why
maker.
don't you
to this.
reference
the
French-
only
it's a
coffee
coffee
maker I've
maker.
ever known. I should have looked up the actual
right.
term for it.
We're
I
sorry.
apologize.
Sorry to put you in
It's
a
a
tough spot.
percolator.
Percolator. Yeah, I mean it's usually done on the stove.
Okay.
We're not gonna walk all the way over there, so I got one of these here. So it basically acts like the stove, electric.
Okay.
I actually was fortunate enough to. Well, Ryan was fortunate enough for me to have taken this to his wedding.
I didn't ask for it. It just showed up.
Yeah.
It was-
Well, because this man, you gotta understand, this man looks like the old creepy guy in the neighborhood.
You got that right.
Yeah. Because the problem is every morning when I make coffee, he doesn't have a child to take to the bus, but he just shows up every morning.
showed up with my cup.
Yeah,
Really?
showed up ready for coffee. So I figured for his wedding, he'd want something to keep going all night, you know? So
Did you make it all night for your wedding?
Sitting there in the corner making coffee, handing out coffee to
literally was-
everyone.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's get back to him being the creepy man in the neighborhood.
Sure,
It was,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, then Laurent stopped doing it, so I couldn't go out there anymore.
but you're still creepy.
Well, every time I
Yeah.
ask
Right.
him, he's in, Switzerland and not the one in the corner.
Oh.
The one on the other side of the world
Maybe
or whatever.
Laurent
so.
was served a restraining order. Said you got to keep that creepy
Yeah.
guy away from
Yeah.
the bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you have fans that are broken.
I know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. I just want to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
Everybody said there was a tornado that came down the street, but
Laurent was out there in it.
yeah, I saw this video.
Upstairs or back?
Upstairs.
Actually, this corner one looks kind of a little messed up too.
Ripped out.
No, the bottom.
Oh, that
one,
one's- they
a little
both-
bit, a little
yeah.
bit.
Tornado in the front, hurricane in the back.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Cool.
fire up
So,
the
yeah. First of all,
Percolator.
Yep.
stove, the percolator.
Yeah. So the bottom part is water.
Okay.
Second part in the middle is the actual coffee, and I use this brand called La Llave. A lot of people have heard of.
What's that mean?
Boost? That means the key.
Oh,
Not
we're
sure
getting
what
a
it is.
You know
Spanish
that that
lesson.
is the
La Llave.
last name
Say it
of
out.
our,
La Llave.
La llave.
There you go.
That's the last name.
Next,
of
we're going to be
our-
rolling
which is-
R's.
I know how to do los zapatos.
No zapatos.
Yeah.
Can you say el carro?
El cuatro.
No, that was like a
Carro.
weird cat.
El cuatro.
Carro.
Cuatro.
No.
Cuatro.
We're gonna have like lessons on that.
Just don't get him started on.
Laurent, can you get this
Accents.
locally, or do you have to?
Oh no, yeah, they sell this at Publix.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, I use La Llave. A lot of people know Bustelo, which is like the yellow one.
Okay.
I know people have seen that one.
Have you heard of folders?
Yes. That's, yeah.
You ever use that?
No, that's not real.
Are you insulted that Todd brought his own coffee?
No.
That's a totally different animal, right?
Yeah, you can compare the two. Yeah,
All right.
but no, that's fine.
We keep interrupting you from telling us how to make.
No, you're good. So Bustelo, I never liked. We never used that one in the house because it's okay, but it always has like a burnt taste
Okay.
to me. So this one just doesn't have that burnt taste. So I use La Llave. It's a green.
The key.
I feel
it
like
called?
Starbucks has that burnt taste.
Todd?
La llave.
La.
Hey Ryan, should you
La-
queue up
La
our
Llave.
La llave.
drink of the
you
week
go.
music since this is our drink of the
we,
week?
yeah, once it's made, once we get ready.
That's fair.
Oh,
Yep. So
wow.
All right.
you gotta stack this
He's
up.
scooping. You can go to our YouTube channel and see this in action if you'd like.
Oh, I forgot we're on something.
We are.
We are on something.
Smile for the camera.
I'm so happy I'm wearing a nice shirt.
Yep. I'm wearing a nice shirt too.
You are.
Ryan,
There's a nice shirt.
Ryan's not.
Ryan's is crappy.
No, whatever.
Home of Peyton Manning.
Gotta pack it in there.
Pack it
I'm
in.
trying not to make a mess, Ryan. I promise.
Sorry, Ashley will clean it up.
Oh, then I'm gonna make a mess.
It almost looks like you're packing fudge, but it's a coffee.
Yeah, it starts.
If we're going to do the sweaty balls thing,
Yeah.
I really like how you pack your fudge.
Thank you. It's a family recipe.
Have you been packing fudge since your teens?
Since he was a baby.
preteens.
Now that's a little gross. Trying to limit the
There
damage.
goes Ryan with his
it again.
There's
creepy,
old man.
creepy Ryan.
Creepy Ryan.
On cue.
Damn, Ryan.
More
This will be
packing.
the-
Boy.
Laurent might be our best guest ever with the creepy Ryan
You
comment.
just
I
like
think
because
we're- yeah.
none of the other guys
That's
pick
right.
on me.
I've
That's
never
right.
seen anyone
I'm not-
pack as
Most of them
neat
say
as you
Dan's
do.
creepy, but
Oh, sure.
And yeah, when you think you're done, you just got to do a little more.
that's what
She said.
he said.
Whoa, Ryan.
So you're packing the brown stuff.
I am.
How long can we go with this packing?
I'm almost done.
No, it's not you. It's just comments.
Yeah. Todd, you would
What is
know-
that
you
thing
would know
called?
going too far with the joke. That,
Yeah.
yeah, what's that
What's that called?
compactor?
I didn't know what the main one was called. It was just the presser.
An El Tempo
Okay. What do they call that when you're making
fudge.
alcohol? Muddling?
Yeah.
Similar to that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not round; it's flat.
Wow.
The
So
muddlers
you're gonna
are-
put that in the middle there.
That was a lot of
Coffee's
that was a lot of coffee for that.
Coffee on top of the water.
Yep. And
And
close it all
the
up here.
pot is going on top. Yeah. And on the stove it goes.
Yeah, right on. So this one's pretty quick. I don't use this one a lot, so hopefully it still comes out the same. But that's gonna turn that on. Now while that's on, I'm gonna grab some
Wow.
like 30 pounds of sugar.
So I was kind of expecting it to make a lot of noise. Will it?
No, all it's going to do is heat the water up till it starts evaporating up through the coffee.
Oh, let's.
And
You'll
it'll
start seeing the
come.
coffee.
I love getting the engineering explanation here.
That's science.
It'll rise to 33.4 degrees, and
Right.
it'll be.
On the Kelvin scale.
You couldn't have gotten a bigger sugar.
Hey, that's
Mason.
just how we store our sugar, man.
Jesus.
Can we? That's not good. Let's start this whole thing over.
Yeah.
So we've had
So
quite a few people bringing us good stuff to eat or drink. Have we ever had anything prepared right in front of us?
I don't think so.
Dean used the kitchen.
Renee almost prepared something right in front of us.
Dean did some cooking before coming on air, but this is our first live observation.
Dean did a lot of cooking but before. It's literally, I think, what did we gain? Like,
I gained 5 pounds.
yeah, between the quiches and the pies and the.
Yeah.
Yeah, at my
So
house
I
we call
just
that a
did-
Tuesday.
I just did 4 tablespoons of sugar in there.
Roughly.
I might add a little more. See how it goes. But yeah, just wait for that
Okay.
to start heating up and coming out. The sugar is in here, and what I'm gonna do with that is make the foam that comes on top.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the foam.
Nice.
You always like the foam.
I
So
do.
while we're waiting on that, Laurent, you grew up in Miami.
I did.
Right? Okay. Did your parents, were they born there, or at what point do you come from,
doing it
from
right?
Cuba?
No, you're supposed to put the thumbs together.
Did your
Don't
parents-
It's
overlap.
supposed to be all of them.
Your parents come from Cuba?
Yeah, my parents are from Cuba, both of them. They went from Cuba, and the reason I get my first name, it's not Cuban at all.
It's French.
Yeah. So I was born in France.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Yeah, no, okay, I'm not kidding.
Why are you all upset about
My
that?
birth certificate is in French, if you want to look at
Really?
it and translate
Where at
it
in
for me.
France?
Narbonne.
Where?
Which is Narbonne.
Not a what?
Narbonne.
Not a bone.
There you go.
Not a boner.
Not a bone. No, not a bone.
There he goes again.
And then he wonders why he gets called the creepy guy.
We are so culturally inept in this show. Thank you, Laurent, for bringing us some
It's
savvy.
it's about what, maybe 2 hours.
By we, I mean you, Todd.
Well, we are bringing some cultural diversity to the podcast here today.
Todd thinks
so-
his cultural diversity is his accents.
Yeah, I mean, we are very. We kind of have a pattern, if you haven't noticed.
We do.
But we've just broken it today.
Yep.
We talk very mono.
We've got a French, Cuban,
Frubin.
Fruben.
Proven, okay. So how long did you live in France?
So they went over, and I was born, obviously, in 83. They left in 86, so 3 years old when I left.
And did they go there to escape the
Yeah,
Cuban-
so my dad wanted to do
Impressive.
things the right way. Always was the guy that did it the right way. So he finally got paperwork to be able to leave Cuba. But his brother had left illegally
Okay.
to the States. So the government, this one last hurrah, said, hey, fine, you can leave. You just can't go to the States because that's where your brother is. So my parents knew of a missionary church that was helping out refugees, and they went to France, sort out the paperwork. Should have taken 6 months. They got stuck there 6 years
Okay.
because of paperwork, basically. I was an oops.
Oui.
Yeah.
They got bored. Things happen.
Yeah.
Laurent's born.
They couldn't afford electricity, so they had a kid. Like,
That's when it's dark. I mean,
That's
what
right.
else you gonna do?
Yeah.
So then when you were 3, you moved.
To Miami.
Miami, okay.
And Miami's all I've ever known until I came up here in 2019.
Have you met any other Frubens?
No Frubens.
Very unique.
A lot of Cubans.
If we have any Fruben listeners, please let us know.
Yeah.
Contact at wybmn.com.
Yeah, one way or another, either born in France with Cuban parents or born in Cuba with French parents, whatever.
Was
I feel
the
same.
Cuba to France movement unusual, or did a number of people perhaps do that?
I've talked to my parents about it a little bit. It wasn't the common way. A lot of people went to Spain, obviously because of Spanish.
Yeah.
It was quicker for them to get out by going to France, so they did that. Which France is not like Miami. In Miami, you can go your entire life without learning the native language with it, which is supposed to be English.
Yeah.
You can survive there forever with just Spanish. But in France, they learned French in weeks. My mom said, "You did not speak French. You did not eat."
Oh, wow.
So they speak it, read it, write it, everything still.
Did you learn French?
I did.
I know a little bit.
We.
Your favorite word. I learned it a little bit, obviously, as a little kid. And now I only just understand it.
Okay.
And I think that's because I went to a private school, Christian private
Kind of how Nikki feels when you speak Spanish.
She understands it. Yeah. I've tested her out, and when me and my mom were around, she can listen to the conversation, know exactly what's going on, which is good because we always felt bad. My mom's like, "No, talk to me in English." My mom thinks her English is bad, but it's great. It's just with an accent.
Better than yours.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I suck at it. It's third language. Is what I tell people. Give me a chance. My third language.
So if you weren't aware, you have a bit of an accent. I don't know if you knew that, but so that obviously came from,
I'm laughing because I've always heard that about Miami, right? Is that
right? Yeah. So
I've heard,
obviously,
Miami people have this certain.
you didn't
way
get
of
it from being in Cuba. You didn't get it from
No.
being in France. You got it from being in Miami.
Yeah.
So
and I never knew it, and I was like, I don't have an accent. What are you talking about? And I watched this one show one time on TV, and there was one guy from Miami. I was like, that dude's from Miami, and it just clicked. I was like, oh man,
Now you get it, huh?
yeah, that's what they were talking about. Hey, here's your coffee.
All right.
All right, so real quick.
did you go to the University of Miami?
Oh, I like many other fans, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't.
I can't afford that.
You didn't meet Michael Irvin there and do any blow or anything.
No, I didn't do the blow, but I did meet him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So there's this place called the Big Cheese. It's a famous pizza place right around the corner from Miami,
That's thick.
the university. What?
That's thick.
That's what she said. But
He's making the foam.
yeah,
gotta
so
be
I just
thick-
poured real quick. I
thick
just poured
for
a
the
little
foam.
coffee into the container that has the sugar. I'm gonna start mixing it around. It's gonna end up looking almost like caramel.
Okay.
But yeah, a place called Big Cheese. A lot of Hurricanes players go there all the time. I actually happened to see him there, so that was pretty cool.
Didn't meet any 2 Live Crew.
No, that would have been
Uncle Luke.
scary and impressive. Yeah,
You heard? You know what their the song they were famous for, right?
I do.
I'm sure Ryan
Let's
does.
hear a few lines of it.
Say, hey,
I'm not a-
We want some.
Yeah.
coffee.
Pancakes. Yeah.
Yeah, 14-year-old Dan and his buddies sang that song
Sorry, I'm doing
way
a lot
too
of.
much. About the
Well,
time,
all right. No,
about the
that's
time that Laurent and Ryan were born, I was singing that mess. You too.
Were you
You
dancing
know,
to it too?
I heard it when I was a little older.
Right.
So
What about
Ooh,
Wow,
that's
look at that,
cool.
man.
there you go.
It does look like.
Other stuff, but it looks like.
Well, it
caramel.
looks like. Yeah.
He has packed the fudge well.
Yep.
Well, you're really whipping it.
All right, so
Oh, yeah.
meanwhile,
So-
it's still more.
It's brewing the
Yeah.
rest. Yeah, you're
Okay.
supposed to grab. I don't know. I think this is like one of those Cuban myths, but you're supposed to grab the first little bit of coffee that comes out
And you did.
Cuban
to be able to
First
mix
fruits.
it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently
Makes
it's
it
a
more
strong-
frothy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'm gonna add some more sugar because I don't like the.
You don't like the consistency.
No, I need some more sugar.
That's where the cocaine part comes in. Right
Yeah.
there.
Where did you go to school there? You said private Christian school?
I went to a little private school, right around the corner from where I grew up in Hialeah, and that's by the way how I still understand French. Is my mom worked there, and she's a hot-headed Cuban lady, and I'd get in trouble often, and when I'd get in trouble, they'd run to her at the office, and she couldn't,
Listen to it percolate.
there,
Oh.
that's the coffee there.
That's Todd.
That's Todd looking at the coffee.
Percolating.
So she couldn't yell at me or curse at me in Spanish or English because they understood me. So she'd curse at me in French.
Oh, that's cool.
She couldn't wait till she got home. She had to yell at me there. So I guess that's how I still understand it.
So do you ever yell at your boys in French?
Because
they wouldn't
think I
understand
do,
it,
but yeah, I don't understand what I'm saying either because it's not real French.
What's the movie with the kids all liked with the vampires and the
Twilight.
Twilight? You know, one of the bad.
Yeah,
It was Laurent.
I think it was one of the wolf.
Yeah.
What
He was pretty cool looking. Which,
Yeah, I didn't get that part. I'm not cool looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I heard that one time when I said that name to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, like the character in Twilight." I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
A lot of times, at least in Miami, where they're all into like high-end fancy fashion, I would easily just say like Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh yeah,
brand.
YSL.
Yeah, but up here, apparently, when I tell people, they're like, "I don't know what that is." I'm like, "I don't."
It's just
understand
Lauren
how."
T to me.
And you get that over at the Target.
I wear the jupe.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Jeep.
What's the jupe?
That's what you wear, right?
I don't know. What
That's
jupe
brute.
is.
It's a purpley pink.
It used to be next to the cool water.
Yeah. So I think I've disclosed I'm into
Cologne.
we call it, perfumes and fragrances, but you could call it cologne if you're,
If you're.
But yeah, YSL's a big old
Yeah, okay.
player. You got
Yeah, I'm
Blue Electric.
All right.
still working on this mother.
That's all right. So while you're doing that, tell us what brought you from
Ooh, look at
South
it now.
Florida
There
here.
you go. Life.
Yeah.
Just tired of the craziness of Miami.
Wanted to
Wanted to be
find
able to
a
see some
different
trees.
place. Yeah. Okay.
And I've met a few people. Obviously, most people are from here these days, or from
Evansville.
Or coming, yeah, that's true too. Coming from up north, but I've met a few people who actually came from down your way up here, which
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Obviously, the affordability of the living, cost of living, and affordability of houses. and
we don't
stuff
have the
like that.
iguanas up here either.
Yeah, yeah. Did
is
you hear
good.
about that one guy that put one in his car once?
No,
Yeah, so it was like really cold in Miami. You can look it up. And there was an iguana on the street. He thought it was dead, so he put it in his car.
and then it got warm, and
It was just frozen. Yeah, it got warm in his car, and I woke up and started going crazy. The guy just crashed into big pile up because of an iguana in the car.
really,
Yeah.
So when you moved, you found Rivertown and moved right here, or was there
No, I
stopping
moved to Bartram Springs for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be in Rivertown.
Yeah.
I knew Todd was here.
Yeah.
And,
Sure.
was I here at that point?
Yeah.
What time was that, or what time?
And Ryan at 28. I moved in late 2019.
To Rivertown?
To up.
Oh,
here,
when did you
up
come to
north.
Rivertown?
Beginning of 21
Yeah, I was here. You'd
or
probably heard.
late 20. Yeah.
Everyone knew
Word
Todd
had
was
spread.
here.
Yeah, for sure.
But he couldn't get into the lake.
I just kept seeing this guy with like beautiful hair. I was like, who is this man?
And his
I
name
need to
is
know who
Dan.
cuts his hair.
Oh,
I go to the clip
only one
joint.
on our logo.
Oh, do you?
Really has.
I do too.
Okay,
Who
well,
cut your hair? Frank is.
yeah, Jeremy cut it
Oh.
the other day.
I get who. I usually lean towards him, but
I either go to Jeremy, Frankie, or first guy.
yeah, the guy with the cards.
Yes, and the Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
And people, he's got to stop cutting hair to get the cards out. Anyway, that's a different
Speaking of cars, Laurent's very active on the Cards and Collectible group
Oh, yeah.
page on Facebook.
Somebody's
With all
got to
your-
be.
There's a Rivertown.
Yeah, you and Jason Smith.
Yeah.
I thought you said cars.
Yeah.
Because,
By the way, everybody, there is a cards and collectibles page that we started for Rivertown for sports cards and Pokemon.
That's actually
everything.
more active than the Bourbon page.
I didn't even know about the bourbon page.
Yeah.
I don't think I
is
did.
there a beer? There needs to be a beer page.
Dan,
There is a Rivertown.
do you not remember when we did? Maybe we need to refresh
We've done
that.
so many episodes. If it wasn't the last one,
We can't even remember the donut one, apparently.
I do. I think Shane and I would be good founders of the beer. We got to mention Shane.
Just the highlight.
Shane.
You not heard of him?
No.
Never heard. How do you know?
He's actually out of the country. I can say that. Maybe he's back, but by the time this airs, he'll be home and be able to, be
So
able
his
to
property
break
is
into
not
his
yours,
house.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with that fella anyway.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of him and how he introduced you to IPAs.
Yep, it's a long story. You ready?
We don't have time.
Oh, the
Laurent's
coffee's
got an
ready.
appointment.
Damn.
Yeah.
An
All right,
appointment,
so I made. Yeah, we can't talk about that.
doctor appointment.
So I made the foam. Looks like
That
caramel.
looks like an icy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting
It
really
looks like
excited.
you know what it looks like? A frosty.
Oh, it
Get
does.
us started. But it's
Hey, the lights.
January in
It
Rivertown.
was very lit up last night.
Those are the
so
only frosties you'll get.
I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is just pouring the rest of the
Across the
coffee.
Delaware to get there.
Wait, you're pouring the coffee into the
coffee
frothy
in.
mixture?
Well,
All right.
See, I've never seen it made. I've always just drank it. I've never. This is interesting.
You're busy being creepy before you
Sorry,
drink
I
it.
had to,
You had to get your bathrobe on.
peeking through the
Take
blinds.
your pants off.
do we have smell-o-vision on here too, or no?
Yeah, that was extra. We
Like,
I can describe it.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit. We can't afford that.
yeah
Isn't that on Willy Wonka? Smell of it today?
yeah.
Here you go. Take a look before I pour it on there. See that?
Oh, yeah. It's frothy.
Oh, man. Looks good.
Oh, I do smell it now.
Yep.
You've seen it.
You've seen it at the bus stop. Creepy old
I've seen it
man.
made.
And at the wedding.
I've seen it a lot.
Oh, what is... Oh, these are the cups.
Yeah, these are cups. These little cups. That's all you need. I mean, I drink like 3 or 4 or 5 of these, but
Wow.
yeah. So do 4 of these little cups.
What if you
can
have
do-
heart issues?
I don't know.
I mean, do we...
We'll
are you
find
going to
out.
be liable?
Do you
No,
have heart issues?
Well,
you
maybe
don't
my
have a
neigh-
heart.
Will you be my neighbor is liable?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grew
Do we have,
3
like,
times over Christmas.
group liability coverage or anything for this
We do.
podcast?
Accidental death and dismemberment.
I do have high blood pressure.
Well,
That says the guy drinking coffee already.
I like salt and coffee.
And IPAs. I don't know if that matters for high blood pressure, but
Anybody else have any ailments here?
no.
it's a HIPAA violation to inquire.
Yeah.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
talk to HR about it.
It's gonna be very hot, so yeah, you should drink a little. My dad actually used to do that all the time.
Oh, it's going to be like temperature hot.
All right, so
Not
this
caliente.
is a first.
So
think
if
I
you
may
want
have
to drink
had
a little bit of water first,
It's a tiny little taste of coffee when I was young, which probably informed my decision not to drink it. You know why I don't drink?
Do we have to say salute and bang it on the table?
If
Is
you
there
Dang it
is
on
there
the table. There he goes again.
Now, are we sipping?
is there a typical?
I mean, I just chug it, but you
You
can
chug it.
You can sip it.
So see, the reasons I don't drink coffee are, first of all, hot liquids I don't
They affect your bowels.
very well, and number 2, whatever I'm drinking, I will just keep on drinking them. If I'm
like a fire chief.
yeah, fire captain for the record. But if I'm at
He's embracing this
I have
dirty
a
old
Coke,
man
as
thing.
long as they keep bringing Coke,
I'm just
I'll
trying to
keep
be like
drinking it.
Todd.
So I know if I did start drinking coffee, I'd probably have 8 cups a day. Wouldn't that be?
Oh, yeah. That's, I mean,
Is that a small amount for you?
no, but I probably drink eight cups a day. And I drink from like 7:30 to about 11:30.
I usually drink like 1 cup and then I'm done.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I have tasted it.
You weren't even supposed to.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, what the hell?
No, he's not.
That's fine. There's no rule.
Is it hot? How hot is it?
It's
It's not that hot.
terribly hot. I was not willing to chug because it could have.
Oh, look at Laurent does it the right way.
And I'm not Frubin.
Oh, he's got.
He even throws his head back.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
What's that
But I'll
called?
tell you, my first impression of the taste is it's good.
I knew. I had a feeling Dan would like it.
Very good. Very sweet.
Well, did you see how much cocaine he put in?
It's like
I'm
50
impressed you had that much cocaine in your pantry, right?
I had a delivery last night
That's good.
from Miami.
Interesting that
I
I'm
like-
sitting right where Sheriff Hardwick sat. Wow.
I don't think he doesn't listen to this podcast.
So what I like about
When he
this?
comes through.
What I like about this that's different is obviously I've talked about being a coffee drinker. This doesn't really. It doesn't taste like black coffee.
No, it's not
obviously.
black coffee.
But it's so different that it's like it's its own.
I mean, you could have a booth
Wow.
at the vendor fair selling this.
To me, I'm going back.
Yeah, right?
Vendor fair's today, by the way.
Now, where is this bus stop?
Oh,
He hasn't been doing it.
Well, because nobody else, all the people that
You know what's
really
gonna
love
happen
coffee, all their kids have
After
gone
this
to, like, high
airs, there's
school,
going to be
so
20
that's-
people at the bus stop looking for Laurent. Like,
Yep.
I want to try that coffee.
So this will air on January 17th. So on January 18th, that Thursday morning, people will be out there
oh yeah.
looking for the Cafecito.
So the other thing you can do with this is café con leche. I don't know if you've heard of that.
That was your
Maybe
intro
you,
song.
since you've been down there a couple times. I know you have.
I sent you the picture of the place.
Yeah. So that's the way. Oh, are you kicking me
Just a
out?
little back. No, we're putting in the Cafe Con Leche in the background. Like,
But he's all hopped up down there. He's playing pitbull.
About to stand up on the table. But yeah, that's it. So Nikki drinks it with milk. So café con leche. So that's like a regular size cup, and it'll be like 3/4 milk coffee. That'd be bad. And then 1/4 of the coffee, and then you add more sugar to that, of course, though. But so that's the other way you can drink it to enjoy it a little longer instead of these shots.
I guess what makes it so strong is I saw you pack a shit ton of coffee in there. Is it's the amount of coffee that's used. I mean, that what you put in there for this is enough for like 2 pots of coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably why it's
That's what makes it so
Yeah.
strong. Yeah.
my heart.
Well, this is a delight. Nice treat. I did not think that I would be complimentary of this.
Yeah.
Is there anything where they've
Tell your
ever
dad if he invited me, I would return.
if they is there ever been like alcohol introduced to something like this where you kind of mix it and make it into a
I mean, people have tried with Kahlua and stuff.
I can see that working.
Me personally, I haven't really. I'm not a fan of the drinks that you
Don't-
can mix with
that's-
coffee, but
It's against the Cuban culture.
Yeah, I've never had.
I'll leave it
I've never had a coffee alcohol drink, and because I kind of really separate the two. You know, morning is coffee, afternoon.
You don't
is
drink in the
alcohol.
morning?
I really don't.
No.
I never have. Then I'd be in bed at noon instead of
Instead of
7.
9.
That's good stuff.
coffee is life. I mean, I have it. Tattooed.
Oh, I love it.
I have it tattooed on me.
Well, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
What's that say?
I don't know. You read it.
Um,
What's your favorite word?
make this stuff
Yeah. What's it say?
cafecito.
No. Cafecito.
Cafecito.
It says make cafecito, not excuses.
Okay, well, I didn't have my glasses on. I was trying to wing it. I'm like, I didn't want to put them on and look like an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
But you did, so.
You look like
Make-
a blind old man.
I can't read it on my glasses.
Make cafecito, not excuses.
Todd likes to make excuses.
Good.
Who was I talking to? Laurent, was that you the other day? Maybe it wasn't you. I lose track of
When we
where
were
I'm at.
losing in poker, what?
When I was talking about when it's too late to get a tattoo.
Oh yeah, it was me.
Okay.
And I said, if you
You
have,
said you're too old.
yeah. I said,
You said, well, if you've
I said,
already
yeah.
got one.
I said, if you've already got one, it's never too late. And then you said, if you've never had one, I said, it's still never too late. I got my first one.
Not very long ago, right?
Yeah. I was technically still 39.
Oh, I know how it came up. I said, who has more, you or your wife?
Oh no, she has.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll. Yeah.
So Dan's going to get the.
And I'll never beat her because every time I go to get one,
You should not
she
beat
gets
her.
another one. No, I can't beat her. No, never.
Dan is going to get the Will You Be My Neighbor.
I thought we all were getting one.
Well, Dan's going to go first.
Okay. And then we're going to.
And then we're going to say, psych.
get on the
You guys-
bottom of
you
my
guys
foot.
should get yourselves.
Bottom of our
Like you
foot.
should get the one that you.
Yeah, and then we could all.
Oh.
And then
Put 'em
you guys
together.
just put your arms together.
I think
Oh,
that,
that'd
it
be
makes
cool.
the logo.
that tow truck's flew down the street a couple times.
Yeah, I saw it go.
It's trying to repo someone's car, I think.
Oh boy, maybe they've.
Probably going to start happening a lot these days with, the interest
All right, so
rates.
you came to Rivertown in
2021.
21. Right, so been
Early,
here
early,
3 years now.
January-ish.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about it?
Ryan.
That's right.
Okay, well, obviously.
So you do live on
Alley
the same
parties.
Alley parties. You live on the same street as Ryan, right? Technically, or no?
That's the same street.
Okay.
Footbridge.
Yeah, literally.
And you were here first.
No,
He was here first.
you moved in
Yeah, I
here.
was here 2020.
20. Yeah.
And now Ryan's got other
But he
family.
didn't start in the gardens.
Oh,
He did not.
you were
start.
somewhere else in Rivertown first?
There's the cough. I was wondering when it was going to come.
I've been trying to hold it so hard all day.
You were in Rivertown somewhere else?
I moved in originally in the enclaves.
Enclaves?
Enclaves.
Enclaves.
That's the French way to pronounce
Oh, the enclaves.
Enclaves.
Enclave.
And that's right up by the front, right?
First
Yep.
one.
Okay. And then you left there.
Yeah, I was renting there.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Nikki already owned her house, so, why not move in there?
Oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Freeloader.
yeah. I pay my bills.
Where are we, Dan? What happened? You
Okay,
okay?
welcome back, Dan.
Sorry, my wife has been out of town for a week. Just let me know she's off the ship.
No.
I had to welcome her home appropriately.
No sexting during the recording of.
Yeah, it gets awkward.
If not for that webcam, I would be snapping some photos here.
Oh my!
Welcome home, Beth.
Now you can't stop. You let one out. It's like you broke the seal.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about your hobbies.
Me?
Making coffee.
Making coffee.
Yeah, so I love fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it a lot more down there, though, because I did a lot of deep sea fishing.
Okay.
And I quickly learned that here you have to go like 40 miles out to be able
Oh, yeah,
to
you
catch
don't
anything
have
decent.
to go as far out from down there.
Oh, no, you can go out on a dinghy. Like,
Yeah.
We got
100 feet away, and it's already dropping to 80 feet of water.
we got bluegill though right over here.
Oh, that's sweet. No.
So no, that's not. That doesn't fix your fancy. So what kind of fish what are you fishing for?
I mean, nowadays I just do a lot of like little bass fishing in the neighborhoods.
No one down there though. What do you love?
Oh, down there we did a lot of mahi and kingfish, wahoo, all the fun stuff.
What about the fish with like a swordfish?
Swordfish.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Sailfish has the big pointy nose.
Sailfish.
Sailfish and marlin.
So
marlin you don't see a lot of there, but sailfish you would see smaller ones. Caught one or two.
Yeah.
Really hard to.
How about a
catch.
shark?
Oh yeah. Those are all the time.
So you actually catch them?
Not on purpose.
But then what do you do? I mean, you got a shark on the line.
Just take a picture and throw it back. Not even throw it back. Just cut the line. You're not touching that hook.
Yeah.
You can keep the hook. Yeah.
So that's not uncommon to be fishing for something else and you end up with a shark.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See those? They're all around the bait and everything else. So.
Does anyone else think the room is spinning?
It's that cocaine kicking in.
It's coming up soon. We're gonna have.
You got any vacuuming you need me to do? Anything? Painting?
You talk to Ashley. But people probably have seen your Jeep, Laurent, and probably don't realize it's you because your Jeep is so unique.
It's very Miami, right?
Very Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that I'm a
A Jeep Gladiator?
yeah. I know.
The pickup
I know
truck?
what it is.
You looked at me all confused.
No.
Look, don't insult me.
Yeah,
I know
don't
what the Jeep is. I know it's a Gladiator.
I've been around the block with vehicles. So
Just a few.
my question was: is that a wrap or is that what have you done there?
Nope, that's actual paint, Kevlar paint. So like the Rhino line that you do.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like Rhino line.
Yep, the same Rhino line you do inside.
Does it come off or no? Is that permanent?
Permanent. Yeah, but I don't have to worry about anybody scratching the car.
Kind of like a tattoo. Although you could get it removed.
You could.
It probably wouldn't look that great.
It's got a lift kit. I see you got some fuel wheels.
Yeah. I got 38s as the size of the tire. They're by 15 and a half, so they're really wide, which is pretty cool.
I assume that's why you don't roll that thing down to Miami. How's that right on the interstate?
I'd have to stop like twice just to fill up the tank. I get a whopping 8.4 miles per gallon on that thing.
Looks good though.
So speaking of driving to Miami, you drive to Miami. Why?
Yeah. I still do. I still work down there.
You can say real estate. We're just not promoting your real estate.
Is there a way we can like bleep that out? It'd be kind of funny. We could just like,
Put a little.
I still work down there, but also my boys are down there. So I'll go down there to pick them up, bring them back up. Actually, was up there. I drove down and back up yesterday.
Last night?
Yeah, yesterday. I drove yesterday down, picked them up, came back up.
so they're up here.
Yeah.
So I know one's at least a football stud. Are they both into?
They're both playing football. They're both quarterbacks. The other one's just 12, so he's kind of starting at it now. See where that goes. But he's doing really well too.
They were doing some training at the River Soccer Field.
Oh yeah. Every time they're here, they got to.
So I got to ask about that video you posted because you posted that video.
Yeah.
Did they make it in the net every time?
Not every
time. Or was
time.
that just kind of edited? You only included the ones that went in.
Not every time, but they hit the net every time.
I was like, there's no
I'd
way.
say
I
it'd
couldn't.
probably be 50-50.
I mean,
maybe a
they're
little
doing
more.
like shuffle drills and running and throwing the ball on the run, and I was like, I couldn't stand still and hit that hole on the net.
Look like Dylan Raiola playing for Nebraska next year.
Goodness. You know what I'd like to see, Ryan? I'd like to see Sporty Spice down here catching some down and outs from
Listen,
Dylan.
it hurts.
I'd blow my knee out.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy playing. I do, but I don't enjoy playing catch with him anymore. For years now, it's
Coming
just,
in
it
hot.
You got to
Man,
get some gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just hurts. Like I've had bruises on my arms. Actually, here I'll show you a picture. I don't know if they can see it, but throwing it to the net, he barely missed a net, hit my leg, and I.
Did you get a bruise?
Yeah.
I think I could hit
I didn't
the
even
net.
notice it for like a day or two, but
Come on, from 40 yards?
No, from like 10.
Okay.
I could probably be pretty
That's a
accurate.
big net.
I'd have to warm up for a couple days.
No, I mean, there's like
you see
different
it there from
holes
the
in
top to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That was just like an errand.
That was
See,
that
it
was
says
just,
Wilson.
and it wasn't even that wasn't going towards my leg. I just wanted to stop it, and I
Right.
thought that'd be smart to just.
So yeah, hold it back a little bit and just show you can show the
Yeah,
camera.
I don't know if you can see the
Yeah,
darkness
you
on there,
can see it
but
there. That works.
yeah. So
So I will say, back in the day when I was playing junior high football, they didn't have these sticky gloves. It was just your bare hands. And I still
Leather helmets.
had a fair amount of interceptions on the defensive side. But, those
That's
if you-
where interceptions occur.
Yeah, it
Thanks
is.
for the
That's what.
clarification.
That's how they were invented.
That's how I read. That's the YouTube video. That's what it said. But But yeah, those gloves. Have you ever caught a football with with those gloves on?
Yeah, those were just coming
it's
out.
amazing.
I was working in a sporting goods store, and we would put them on. Those Newmans were the first ones, and
I remember that.
Crazy tacky. Yep.
No wonder they're catching. I mean, if I had those, I'd been catching one-handers.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, so they hurt.
And
that's a lot. It's a lot of drive. So I went down with Laurent one time.
Oh yeah, he went to go see
Me and Scotty went
one of his
and,
games.
Yeah.
we went to watch Devin, and unfortunately, it happened to be a game where they were playing a not so good team. So Devin only played two quarters,
Yeah,
if
he didn't
that.
even make
He
it to
didn't
the
even
half.
finish halftime because they were up by so
He
much.
had already thrown like 4 touchdowns.
I mean, it's we drove down left at 2 or 3.
It's usually about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, and drove down there, watched the
for
football
20
game,
minutes of him playing.
went to a Cuban restaurant, and drove back.
Yeah.
hopped up on Cafecito for the drive.
That's the good thing about down there. Everything's open till super late because the
Yeah.
game ended what 11ish.
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
11.
So I think we got back.
Still
we got
won and
back
had
around
regular
2:30,
game.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Cuban cuisine?
I'd have to say vaca frita.
And what is
You
it?
cussing?
No,
What is a vaca frita?
it's technically
Frita.
it technically translates to fried cow. But
okay.
no, it's just
hamburger.
it's a shredded beef. You cook it and then you basically fry it in a pan so it comes out crispy.
Vaca
But it's
frita.
shredded beef.
Vaca frita?
Vaca.
What?
Vaca.
Vaca?
Vaca.
VACA, which is
Vac-
cow.
or vac-
Vita.
V.
Vaca vita.
No, it's a V.
V.
Vaca vita.
V isn't Victor.
Vaca vita.
Yeah.
Sounds German.
Yeah. Vaca frita.
Vaca frita.
There.
Rita's fried.
Oh. What?
I was correct from the beginning. And you turned it into
I don't
something
think so.
Just one-
Let's check the tape.
unintelligible. Yeah.
There's no tape.
Oh, let's check the
The digital recording.
cloud.
Yeah.
The cloud.
Well, you can bet by the time I've edited it, I will be correct.
Oh yeah, always. Hopefully, no. Hopefully, I don't get edited out this time. So
Only when the guests request it.
yeah. Please don't request to have anything I said edited. out.
Laurent's going to call in. Can you take everything Todd said out?
That's becoming a trend.
It is not unusual for me to get contacted by the guests the next day. Hey, can you edit out this part that Todd said?
And Todd started.
And I usually call them out too. I saw our last guest.
Do you want to instigate anything here with Laurent and anyone else in the neighborhood like you typically do?
Do I instigate things?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the creepy old.
I'm just creepy. I'm not an instigator.
No, I don't think I. Oh, you're talking about some of those other comments. Yeah. Yeah.
but no one would know because they got edited.
Yeah, it got edited out. So yeah, I could if we could speak of your profession, I would probably really get something going here
Oh man.
by one of the other people in your profession who.
So Laurent keeps hitting the Cafecito.
Wow.
Hey,
Ryan's going back.
Ooh.
I think 2 is my limit, but
is you still spinning?
my eyes.
You need to lay down.
I'll do one. I'll do one more.
Oh man.
Gracias. So Laurent did try to cook a pig in a box one time.
Is that like a dick in a box?
It's kind of, but you put the whole thing in there, the whole pig, and
Yeah.
It's called a caja china.
Gahachina.
Caja.
Gaha.
No, C. Caja.
Kahachina.
There you go.
And how'd that turn out?
It didn't turn out.
it took
great. I just-
forever.
I had
It turned
to
out
build-
all right. It just took a while.
It took so long because I started late because I hadn't even built the box.
I think we were
until
supposed
that
to.
morning.
We were supposed
So it's
to.
a wooden box.
Yeah, it's a wooden box, and the exterior and then the interior has the aluminum framing.
Okay.
Wonder if it was better than Ryan's first old fashioned that he made. For us.
Undoubtedly.
It definitely was.
Undoubtedly.
It definitely was.
So
So I wonder
it just
if
took
that
longer
must
than
be-
expected.
Yeah. What's that? An 18-hour cook? How long does that?
no, so what's cool about that box, or supposed to be cool about that box, is when I was growing up on the 24th, Christmas Eve, you do a huge party and you do a huge pig. But the way you used to do it back in the day was in a hole on the ground
Okay.
with bricks and
Yep.
all that stuff, banana leaves.
Banana leaves. I
That
was gonna
would
say
be
banana leaves.
that would take like 10 hours, 10, 12 hours.
All right.
But with the box, it shrunk it down to about 4 or 5 hours
Okay.
because it cooks it internally both ends, so you don't have to ever flip it or anything.
It's a hot box.
Yeah, basically for a pig.
Hot box in it.
But
Yeah.
it wound up taking longer than you expected.
I started late because I had to build the box in the morning, and then Jose didn't help me out like he said he would. So
No, we thought we were going to eat around 7, maybe. I think it was.
That guy's told me a lot of
10
things.
o'clock.
So he'd give me some good cigars and all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure about that guy.
yeah, he moves on to like the
Doesn't even
fancy
live here
area, St.
anymore.
Augustine, and
Are y'all
just
counting how many
forgets about
sausages
us.
I've had?
I'm not, but I know I've
Half
only
a
had
plate.
2 and a half.
You put a lot of sausage in your mouth.
It's a standard episode.
Well, I know you got a appointment to get to, so we won't.
He's got to go to his boop appointment.
Yeah. So Thanks for coming on. Thanks for introducing Dan to coffee.
Thanks for the
I'll leave the coffee here.
heart palpitation.
We'll let you know how the rest of the morning goes if Dan falls over.
It'll be like
Go to the vendor fair later and do sprints.
it'll be like Ditka on the Saturday Night Live. The whole. I'm okay now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Laurent, thanks for. It's been. I'm a coffee guy. This is. I'm very cultural as well, as you can probably tell. So I guess Ryan wanted me to stop talking because he just put the music.
Never
on.
stop
So-
talking. That's impossible.
And I also want to thank you for coming on and declaring Ryan a creepy, dirty ass, nasty. Old
I don't
man.
think he said any of those last words. There's just
was
a creepy
implied.
part. It was
So
implied.
from here on out, Ryan is the dirty old man.
And we're
broken
going to work
fans.
on our tone. We'll try to change it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
we will.
Right?
This is great. Woo!
It was a compliment. It was not a bad thing. It was a compliment. I like
Funniest monotone
That's one of
guys.
my favorite skits
Yeah.
of all time in SNL. So you guys are making it in real life all the time. So there you go.
And Dan's putting sausage in his mouth too.
You got to find somebody that cooks
Sweaty
or
sausage.
bakes something
Yep.
that's like ball related.
I think that's the perfect
And-
phrase to end on.
And we're done. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Laurent.